A weapon in the hands of a convicted criminal. This is accused killer Keyshawn Green. Right now, jury selection is underway in Green's first-degree murder trial of a gas station clerk.
But there's a backstory to this case that is being revealed publicly for the first time in a 12 News investigation.
A police department accused of squandering several opportunities to investigate and arrest Green before he allegedly gunned down two men.
Here's investigative reporter Wendy Halloran's recipe for murder.
The widow of Ibrahin Robles says sloppy police work led to her husband's cold-blooded murder. The Tempe Police Department had the suspect on its radar after his uncle repeatedly tried to warn them his nephew had a stolen gun.
That I'm sorry for, asking you to work that night. I know it's not blame that he would ever put on me. But I would have said sorry.
Ibrahin Robles Jr. was the manager of the Valero gas station in Mesa in 2013. His dad, Ibrahin Robles Sr., worked as a cashier. When the night clerk called in sick, Robles asked his dad to work his shift. It was May 31st. Suddenly, Mesa police and prosecutors say Keyshawn Green walked into the store and pulled the trigger. The video too graphic to show. Surveillance cameras capture it all. A customer trying to buy a beer can't see Robles, but hears him cry, "Call the cops."
He's down. He's on the ground right now, I swear to God. Are you okay, sir?
Robles is still breathing.
Where is he shot at then?
Oh, my God.
But on borrowed time.
He's crying. He's crying.
Less than an hour later, Ibrahin Robles is pronounced dead at Scottsdale Osborne Hospital.
There's just so many emotions that you go through. You're in disbelief. And my children were just devastated.
Delia and Ibrahin Robles were married for more than 2 decades. They met in the military. He was an Army veteran, doting father and grandfather.
And we were able to go into a room, and there he laid. And so we hugged him and said our goodbyes. And they wouldn't allow us to touch him. And the nightmare began.
What the Robles family did not know until recently was Tempe police were warned about the suspect, Keyshawn Green, almost 2 months before Ibrahin Robles Sr. was gunned down. Green's wheelchair-bound uncle sounded the alarm, warning investigators his nephew was dangerous, was on probation, and later told them he wasn't supposed to have a gun. Now Robles' widow is accusing the department of negligence. On April 6, 2013, the suspect's uncle Alvin accused his nephew of assault. The case was assigned to Detective Charles Phoenix.
He came at me and he pushed me and he got all in my face trying to intimidate me, and he wouldn't let me, get up or anything.
1 month later, on May 6th, Alvin reports a burglary to Tempe PD. A safe under his bed containing a 9mm handgun, cash, and prescription drugs stolen. He identifies a female suspect, but she told police she didn't have anything to do with it. With no other leads to go on, Tempe PD closed the case that day. About 3 weeks later, Alvin says he told Detective Phoenix he believes his nephew committed the burglary because Green posted photos of the stolen property on Instagram. The exact date of that conversation is unclear. Detective Phoenix didn't record the conversation or document the date, but believes it occurred sometime between May 30th and June 1st.
I don't remember Alvin telling me that a firearm was taken.
Detective Phoenix notices the burglary case has been closed early and brushes Alvin off, telling him to call the non-emergency number to report it.
It didn't meet the level of calling someone in to deal with it. It didn't meet the level of going out and finding this guy immediately.
My husband's murder could have been prevented had they followed up as they should have.
The day Alvin reported the burglary, the Tempe Police Department should have entered the serial number of the stolen gun into the National Crime Information Center, known as the NCIC database, where lost and stolen firearms are tracked. But that didn't happen. Mesa police say Green was caught with that same gun used in a murder on June 15th. Ballistics evidence matched that same gun to the gas station killing of Ibrahin Robles. I talked to Keyshawn's uncle on the phone.
They were warned that there was a dangerous person on the street with a stolen gun, and nothing was done.
He took my father, my son's grandfather, and that hit home a long way. Did a lot of damage to our family.
Delia Robles places the blame squarely on those who are supposed to protect and to serve.
Officers like that shouldn't be working for a police department. They may as well had, you know, contacted Keyshawn Green and told him to go kill someone. Because that's essentially what they did. They gave him the power to do exactly what he chose to do.
An internal affairs investigation cleared Detective Phoenix because he provided Alvin a means of reporting the stolen gun. His supervisors blamed Alvin, saying he didn't have a sense of urgency and waited several days before calling the non-emergency number. By the way, Phoenix was promoted to homicide detective. Tempe police have repeatedly declined to speak on camera, but in a written statement say procedures were enacted to speed up the process in which stolen firearms are entered into the database. Police added having the firearm in the database would not have changed the outcome in this case, and say anytime a person is hurt or killed at the hands of another, it is heartbreaking. The losses of Ibrahin Robles and Darwin Banks are no different, and our hearts go out to their families. Wendy Halloran, 12 News.
Wendy, thanks. We have put extended coverage of this story on our website. You can also read the Tempe Police Department's written statement in its entirety by going to 12news.com.
If you have a tip you'd like Wendy to investigate, send her an email at whalloran@12news.com.